Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Review. So, like there. Oh, I can block that one. Nope. Okay. That. Yep. On second thought, probably the reason I stopped recording in my bedroom originally, but the setup downstairs is not quite not quite ready when I was down there, and I've got the house to myself for once. So actually, that means I can technically be as loud as I need to. And also that I can go back into this room without disturbing anyone. So I thought it'd be a great idea. And then I realized that I've basically just become luminous Mickey Mouse. So yeah, another situation like that. But hey, I don't have to be on screen for too long, at least in the focal point. You get to focus on something else, and that being the first day back at Monster High, or the first episode of Freak Show Season 2. Weird, despite all the craziness of the last week, it turns out that this is right on schedule, and I am still achieving my mission of keeping up and catching up with this series. And but all the way back from the origins of when it seemed to really torment most of the people that watched it with me, then they all trailed off, and I got far more obsessed than before. As it turns out, it's a new season, so new rules entirely, hopefully. Let's see if Ghosty's stream curse will prevail this time.
What do you mean, Ghosty's curse?
You've mentioned it yourself a number of times that you say that every time you come on.
I'm making a joke, Jacob. I am alluding to the obvious factor that, yes, I know I am cursed. I'm saying, what do you mean a curse? As in, I'm trying to be funny.
I see. It reminds me a bit of when they called that virus Odd's virus, and Odd just could be like, "Hey, it's not my virus."
Like I have finished this season 1 of this just in time for season 2 to come out.
And wow! You would have got on your own.
And despite me rolling my eyes so far in the back of my head that I could see my brain cells dying at every pun name of every character, I somewhat came to enjoy it in the latter half.
Oh yeah, absolutely! Like it really picked up. That's a shame that no one was able to be there on the stream to prove it. But as soon as everyone started trailing off, it just got better as a show. I was like, guys, seriously.
Around the time I got to the end of season 1, I started having seizures. So it was like me chilling in a hospital bed watching this, and I was like, yeah, there's worse things I could be watching right now.
Yeah, you could be watching Deltarune. This actually came out after Deltarune had concluded, so I think. So it seems like, once again, Rexiipher has pivoted back to original content where, his talents are much better served, usually.
Yeah, his talents are much better served in original content. As someone who has watched the Deltarune one, it just isn't as emotionally satisfying. Neither does it satisfy Rexiipher's want to create original content.
I think BB actually had a bit of an insight about that somewhat recently. That she said that maybe the reason behind why it didn't work as well, aside from the factors that we described, is because it tried to make Chris the protagonist with the character arc, whereas apparently, according to BB, it's Susie that mostly fills that role in the game.
Yeah, in that game, it's mostly Susie who fills the role of having an emotionally satisfying character arc. Meanwhile, trying to force Chris into a role that they really don't belong in isn't nearly as, I don't know, consumable?
It's the Joey effect, Just you try and give the comic relief a spin-off, and it doesn't always work. Not that Chris is comic relief, but you know what I mean.
Chris is not comic relief.
It was not written for the purpose of protagonist, yeah. Oh well. Okay, I mean it can work sometimes, but not a lot of the time.
To also coin another term, it is the Gibby Nelson effect.
That is true. I was just thinking they tried to give Gibby a spin-off as well, but that never actually went past the on-air pilot, I think.
As it should have, because part of the unaired pilot got leaked and then it got clowned on for a long time.
Oh, I haven't seen the footage of that. Okay. I'll have to track that down at some point.
It's not very good.
I'm not expecting it to be. Oh well.
But also, like, one thing I can give Freak Show is that the designs for the monster kids specifically got really interesting.
That is true. I think we're about to see a number of new ones as well, because we had that competition I sent you recently that Rexiipher was saying, oh yeah, let's see if you can let's get some fan submissions in of new monster kids essentially.
Yeah, I wanted to
I completely forgot to apply with Dullahan, but you know, I'll save that for another day.
I wanted to submit a vampire, but then I got bogged down with medical stuff and I got too lazy to do it. It's like, yep, I will do it some other time. I don't know, maybe. And then I died for a whole month.
I just completely forgot that I had an idea from day one, and then, you know, just missed out on that chance. But oh well. Let's see what actually made it into this. Because I mean, there's also the possibility that what was that character's name, like Draw something from before from the Christmas special. It was like I think it was just like Draw again, honestly. Made it in, so who knows? Let's see if there'll be better standards this time. Without further ado, on with the review. Oh, we're going straight into music. Oh no, we're not. This is just.
Woohoo! I'm back, baby. New semester, new me.
Speaking of
You look the
vampires.
same.
Ooh, do we have animation? Animation budget? When?
Well, I mean, every episode since like halfway through or something has been has had animation at the start and end of the videos, and then switches to first person sometime later. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that the animation has improved.
This is post Deltarune, so yeah, that's it certainly seems that way.
What does it mean?
It means, well, I don't know. It's something humans say.
Of course I'd find you two together.
Oh,
Did Bella Drew just like walk into position and then laugh?
Yep.
This is why walking and talking is such a good thing to have in things. Not this show's been absent of that, but yeah.
She walked into position and then laughed. It was the most stilted motion I've seen from this show.
This is what I keep saying about
something.
school plays. Usually I say it's about gacha videos, but some of them feel like they're school plays in the sense of you have like the instruction of, okay, move into your position, find your mark on stage, and then say your lines.
hi,
But
Bella.
really,
How
someone
is it-
saying the line as they're walking on screen is sometimes more effective.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when they're supposed to be talking to somebody else in a place where the camera is not yet.
Yeah, the gacha community at large is allergic to walking and talking. This
mostly-
show has had walking and talking a lot, but just forgot about this scene. So I'm
In
gonna say
that
something about like
case-
the.
I'm excited to see where we go.
All right.
your break?
Productive. Which is probably more than I can say for everyone else at this school. What about you two?
Boring.
It was awesome. Oh boy, where to start? First,
Okay, maybe later.
There's a lot of people walking around who have no head.
Yeah, there could be someone called Dullahan in there. There's no reason not to. Yeah. Also, Bella, if you didn't want to hear about this, why did you shouldn't have asked?
Yeah,
You're becoming
if,
more like Rev. He's having a bad influence on you.
if you didn't want to know about it, then don't ask them about it. Like, I somewhat get it. The impromptu, hey, there's this thing going on, and the people behind the camera need the context that they need. So how do we give them the context? Oh, we have a character on screen ask for the context, even though they should know the context. But they're also uninterested in knowing the context. Oh well.
Hey, have either of you seen Rev?
No.
technically she saw him last during Christmas. It's not like he's been to anywhere else really, because he was stuck at Kate the whole time. So
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not like he could leave unless he decided not to renew his second year at Cade and went home.
I don't think he can make that decision. If it was that simple, he would have just done that last season.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking that he's stuck here
Hey,
and that he can't do anything about it, even though he really wants to leave. Well, he
It's
wanted to leave in the first couple. He wanted to leave in the first half of the first season. But ever since then, he's decided that he's pretty chill with Cade.
Well, I mean, yeah, now it seems like his biggest goal is to get revenge on the principal, which is, I think, their way of continuing Rev's troublemaking schemes into the second season, but also not pushing everyone away because they are his attachment to the school now.
Yeah, and
He
I
was
think
stuck
it's
here all-
good. I think it's good to like keep that running character motivation and evolve it in a new direction rather than keep it stagnant. Looking at you, miraculous Ladybug.
That was our biggest criticism of the first season, was the fact that Rev seemed that there was too stubborn to accept his own character arc for way longer than it felt natural in the story.
Winter.
Yeah, and my also thing is that Rev's character arc felt a little stilted in the first episode to begin with. That's another can of worms, and that's my cross to bear, because hearing Rev's name, I knew the twist immediately, which is my biggest problem with episode 1.
Well, I mean, okay, sure, fair enough.
Me being ghosty, I know a lot about supernatural lore and how to kill a revenant. Like, joke's on you, revenants aren't actually immortal. The way to get rid of a revenant is to burn the body they're inhabiting.
Now that you mention it, I don't think Rev has come into contact with fire yet, specifically.
Like, it's the little things I know about supernatural lore that kind of break this show in pieces for me. As long as I...
Well, no, I mean because they might know that, but they just might have not had Rev figure that out, so they didn't have to explain that away.
Oh no, it's just, for me, this show is sprinkled with a lot of the supernatural lore I love, but it's also ignoring some other pieces of supernatural lore to make things work.
I see.
Like, in theory,
Everything
the angel girl, Seraphim, shouldn't be able to come into close contact with Rev at all because of the, how demons and angels tend to mix.
Or I guess not mix, as you're implying here. Although the fact that she's even able to be in the school in the first place would be a bigger concern if that were the case.
It happened last semester. I'm just worried. I can only imagine how miserable he's been this whole time.
Oh, he's gotten a little better.
Well, you don't have to imagine, seeing as you saw him during Christmas.
Thing to do.
Look, thank goodness he's gotten better at magic. We can actually see it with our eyes instead of it having to be implied every time.
Yeah, and it's not just the codex.
I feel horrible.
I miss you guys too.
Hi, Rev.
Rumi! How have you been, man?
I couldn't be better, vampire. Especially now that you're all here. Together. Conveniently.
Why is it so convenient? It's literally... They would have gravitated towards each other anyway, as you yourself did teleporting to them. What do you mean conveniently?
I would say very non-conveniently, very serendipitously. What are you saying, Rev? Are you an idiot? Oh, yeah, I forgot. He is.
Mm-hmm. I think Mark and Sarah have probably hung out the most out of everyone here currently.
You seem oddly happy.
Why wouldn't I be? Now that you three are all here, we can immediately get this started.
I was going to point out that he was like way too like cheerful even after his character arc, but obviously I knew that they were going to go with some sort of scheme.
Come on. I have something I want to show you.
Okay.
Ooh, a surprise! This is the best first day ever!
Wait!
I love that Banner says remember she's watching. Like, oh, I don't know. I know he remembers, yeah.
Also, those wings.
How the heck is Minecraft evolving into animations while playing the game? I'm not sure I know what you mean by that.
Guys!
I like it about the wings and then immediately they clip through the door because it's still Minecraft, but yeah.
Also, Bon, I think I know what's happening here. They're probably using a mod to facilitate the more animated expressions and faces.
Oh right, I see. That's similar to what they're doing in Mermaid Tales as well. I think there's definitely something about that. There's definitely some new mod that came out fairly recently that has like facilitated that process for everyone. Rev, did you flood the school from above? Okay, no.
I've had enough of your attitude, Siren. You are not the best swimmer in this school, and Sebastian will prove it.
He's literally missing
I
half.
forgot about Sebastian. I don't think we've heard this character's name, or have we? I'm not sure.
No,
His
like
skin?
we haven't. This is the first time we've heard his name, and I gotta say, it's more clever than her name being Siren. That's at least his name isn't as on the nose as hers is.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be easy.
What's your name, Harvey?
Go, go, go! Go, Narissa! Show them why you're the hottest chick at school!
Okay, there we go. Yeah, Narissa. Yeah, that was her name, yeah. Also, show her why you're the hottest chick in school by swimming. Is that how that works? Is that the peak of attraction?
I guess not.
I mean, Hey, what's happening to the pool?
Acid! The pool is acid!
You might want to... Yeah, you might want to not remain stationary there. Maybe Riz. Ah, yes, everyone knows that, you know, swimmers are, of course, have the greatest Riz of all time. Yes.
And I have a feeling I'll be needing more remedies for fungal brain parasites.
Hold that thought. Who left the door to the monster dungeon open?
There's a dungeon on campus?
I think that's where Rev got the hound from like a few episodes ago.
Yeah, I
It
know.
actually did make contact with that did like cause a bunch of fire actually. So technically, I guess I was wrong. He did have something to do with fire, but that was also when he started fearing for his life. So, yeah.
The other way to expunge the spirit of a revenant from a host body is to literally introduce them to religious paraphernalia. Like crosses and
okay.
such. So, the way to get rid of Revenant, the way to kill him for good, would be to burn him and then to give him a religious burial. Which is hilarious considering one of his friends is an angel.
But it's also his guardian angel and therefore invested in keeping him alive.
And, evidently, their cages as well.
I'm not dealing with this.
It's somewhat suspicious that they're having two characters exposit that the monster dungeon is open and the cages are as well, rather than seeing what the actual effect. But they could... I would normally say they're building up the impact of this, but we've already seen the monster dungeon last season, and seeing the empty cages by itself is an eerie visual anyway.
And also the thing with, like, my problem with Baba Yaga as a teacher, and I've said this multiple times, you know, me being who I am and knowing a lot about folklore and creatures and such.
And Russian culture as well.
And Russian culture as well. Russian, Ukrainian, and especially, like, that general Slavic area, is that my question is, why doesn't she have more to do with nature? I don't know.
I mean,
it's just.
I guess there's not much of a position for that at Cade, really, because they're so isolated in general.
It's also the thing that Baba Yaga, the more accurate Baba Yaga, is a cannibal There's a lot of cannibals at this school, if we put that into mythological perspective.
Again, I think that there are certain rules around that preventing the students from literally eating each other. My biggest concern is that they've given all of the wholesome, person accepting speeches to H.P. Lovecraft. That's the bigger issue for me.
Yeah, that is an issue, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Although then again, they also did in fact call. I think the creature from the Necronomicon actually did in fact call him Cthulhu at one point, which I'm pretty sure is also not the point. But yeah.
I should.
Oh,
Zach, why
club
didn't you-
room, how I...
Why did you stand there talking about it instead of trying to close the cage to the monster dungeon? Okay, I'm literally just going to shut up about it now. This is building towards something.
Absolutely. But yeah, I feel like that would have been better served if we saw the empty cages and then like some creature was still inside it and then it attacked. When we don't know, when we know that something is going on, because it's like in Teddy Godzilla. Actually, we know that Xana possessed a bear, but it's not until it attacks Jim that we specifically think like, okay, how big is this thing actually getting?
I think it was more of the thing is that we're supposed to be seeing the teachers not from the perspective of the camera on the outside, but the camera inside of the eyes of the creature that was going to attack them.
Implying that the creature was sitting
watching
there while
them
Miss Yaga
the entire time.
Exactly.
which also didn't make much sense, but it's the most solid explanation that I have.
Okay.
Missed you! I can't wait to... huh?
Yo, sick! A gift!
You say that. You were in the Christmas special. You shouldn't be psyched out by a gift like this, but okay.
Also, Banya asking how these animations work. I can probably answer a little bit of that. I think part of it has to do with Blockbuster. Blockbuster is a mod that allows you to create and move NPCs and objects within a certain scripted code. That scripted code will then move around the actors of your scene to your discrepancy. How the faces might work is that it might be animation or another code to change the expressions on certain visual cues.
Yeah, admittedly, my experience with Blockbuster is very limited and also nearly a decade old. So there's definitely a chance that something has changed. I believe there's also like a mod-rinth equivalent to Blockbuster that some people use now. I forgot what it's called though. I was gonna look into it and then I completely forgot about its existence, much like the competition of this video. So either one of those probably. We should add mouths to the characters though, add more details of movement. I mean, Aphmau did try it with Ultra Nova and
cursed. It was very cursed.
Yeah, most people seem to feel like it's very cursed. I didn't mind it that much, but yeah, it's I'm definitely in the minority about that. Then again, Ultra Nova, I was more invested in than most people anyway, so who knows?
Like the thing with me and Ultra Nova is that for some reason it felt like less like Minecraft and more like Roblox.
That was definitely the models, because the models were sculpted. The models were sculpted like Roblox characters. That was probably more of the issue people have with them, rather than just.
I know Ultra Nova was kind of uncanny.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty.
That was loud.
So Rev was also surprised by that? You mean this wasn't part of his plan?
Apparently not.
When did it start raining?
Don't worry about it. It's nothing important. That too.
Rev, what did you do?
What, me? I didn't do anything!
Help! Skeletons are trying to rob me!
They're trying to rob you?
Okay, maybe.
Wait, Was that Dra? Hold on a second. I need to scroll back. Yeah, no, that was Dra from the Christmas special. Nice, she came back.
Okay, maybe I did do something, but before you panic, we are totally safe.
Our music is so uncanny.
Are we?
Probably.
Probably?
Just pick up the pace a
It's
bit, maybe.
probably the thing that they cut the music to build some sort of suspense.
It absolutely feels deliberate this time. And faded out much more naturally than most Gacha videos, yeah. The jingle of skeleton bones and the the rumbling from above. And possibly my fan as well. I forgot to ask before people can hear that in the background, because I can easily turn it off, but...
No, we can't hear it in the background. And in fact, you should keep it on the entire... it seems like the entire world is experiencing a heat wave right now. That is absolutely cooking me. I hate it.
I was sort of calmed down since I came back, but it's still very much there, yeah. Okay, fair enough then. A little bit of fan ASMR.
Oh, if we survive this, I am so killing you!
I'm surprised you haven't killed him yet, with all
Right
of the
here.
times you've threatened.
I saved us the best seat in the house. Look at it.
No way.
Rev, what have you done?
Ah! Speaking of fire, there it is.
Throw him
Is that a
into
glass?
it.
Oh no, it's a wither! And phantoms! Okay, we've got actual Minecraft monsters in here. The one thing this show was missing.
I did it. I actually did it. I bested you, Viviana Kincaid.
What makes you think you've bested her? This has only just started. She hasn't responded yet.
And now, we're free.
Oh, was he trying to, like, actually physically destroy the school?
No, but I think he's trying to cause enough chaos so that he gets expelled.
But he already did that previously, or he was warned about it, and then given the option of, like, okay, do anything else, you're getting expelled, and they just chose not to. So, apparently, getting expelled does not appeal to him, or at least didn't in episode 5.
Safe!
It didn't
I think
in
I
episode 5. It didn't in episode 5, but I think this is him deciding that, yeah, I'm going all out with this one. And I think that he is going to burn down the school.
Well, this is what I was thinking, because in terms of, like, their actual freedom, they can't keep them inside a school if there's no school to keep them in. But he's also gone through the whole arc of, like, having the actual attachments and a reason to still to stick around, which also feels weird to him say that he's free now. The revenge on the principal I 100% get, because he doesn't want to lose the game between them, but the line about them being free also doesn't feel like Rev at this stage anyway.
Self. Move!
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
Welcome back, guys. What the hell?
I forgot his hair flashes now.
Very anime of him.
This...
Well,
Isn't
it
how
has
this
turned
normally-
green before in reaction to him almost dying one time.
Yeah.
So I guess it was always an innate feature of his character.
No, Taylor. And
I
much like
still-
Taylor, his rest to dying also had to be toned down.
Works.
Like, for me, my question is, what's with the green? Have we learned what was up with the green?
I don't think so. It's sort of like seemed like either the peak of his power or some specific way he channeled it before to help with the Necronomicon monster or like versus Wendy, but we don't really know what it means just yet.
Why isn't he waking up?
Bella? Where?
Hey, nurse! We need help!
Hello? Is someone there?
Okay. This is gonna be a wild pull, but I think you are probably the only person who's gonna get this. Have you seen Konosuba? You know how he doesn't always revive that quickly, and sometimes they scramble around and figure out what to do? There you go.
His curse is failing.
Who is...
Oh my god, is his spirit going to be expelled?
I take it back. It is no longer Konosuba. Forget that.
Took you long enough.
Oh, hello, Professor
Mr.
Stein
Bennett,
from...
you're dying.
That feels
Okay.
like that's like it would be the end of the episode, but it isn't.
Hello, Professor Stein
Why
from
are you
Soul
just
Eater.
staring at me? Did I not speak English?
The hell do you mean I'm dying?
Ah, it's just the doctor with no bedside manner. You know that voice? Oh, I haven't checked the cast.
Also, can I make a joke about this guy's character design?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, Professor Stein from Soul Eater. It's been years. How are you doing?
You know, there is actually a character in the credits here called Dr. Frankenstein, which might be this character here. So, you're onto something. Again.
Your curse is failing. Revenants normally recover from lethal injuries in a few minutes at most. This time, you were out for almost an hour.
So what? I still came back, like I always do.
Yes, but this is different. You were the one slain by that eldritch entity at the school dance, weren't you?
So what?
Monsters of that caliber have power beyond our comprehension. I believe he may have damaged your curse irreparably.
My dumb cat revived me. I'm not going anywhere.
But the fact that you needed your cat to revive you in the first place is also, you know...
Yeah, it's also pretty suspect. Also,
Yes, and while
it means that there is a third way to break the... Like, the Revenant Curse isn't that hard to separate. Initially, a Eldritch entity doesn't technically have to be responsible for that. But this is definitely a way to do it.
Yeah.
that may have saved you in the moment, one of these days, you won't find yourself so lucky. Do you understand, Revenant?
Shut up.
I beg your pardon.
I said shut up. I'm not dying.
This is the different dynamic this this season, where it actually feels like it's more possible for him to die, but he now no longer wants to.
Thanks for trying to
This is what I was thinking before, in terms of like the "now we're free" line being so out of place.
comfort me, but I promise you, I'm stuck with this curse. No amount of getting crushed by rocks will sort me out. And anyway, I have bigger fish to fry. Like, how the hell do you still have an office? And why does it look different?
We repaired it in an hour
Keep
while you were
treating this
unconscious.
like a joke, Mr. Vennet, and you will suffer dire consequences.
Yeah. Are you gonna answer my question?
No, but Miss Kincaid will when she gets here. Until then, you aren't leaving.
Yeah, like hell I'm just gonna sit here and wait. I need to figure out what is going on. I just
Please tell me
blew up
Kincaid
this damn
shows up
school, so
now.
how's it still standing?
Oh, he locked that door when he brought you in here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I guess, wait, he locked it in the span of like a second, because he just walked out of it. Magic, probably. I guess this might be the first of our new characters.
Hello?
Oh my gosh! Are you talking to me?
You literally talked to him before, so yes, he's responding now.
Did he get kidnapped?
Sure.
No, he technically got crushed by a rock and then taken to the nurse's office. Doctor's office? Doctor's office. Nurse's office? Some sort
It's
of
Dr.
medical
I think it's Dr.
professional.
Frankenstein, so yes, doctor's office.
Seems that way.
Medical professional
I didn't ex-
en suite, yet untitled.
Ah, yes. thanks to the also untitled, Victor Frankenstein, who was never actually a doctor. But yeah.
Back to Rev Venet to just talk to me!
You, know who I am?
We've been over this Christmas special. Everyone knows who you are.
Of course.
I
I can't think of anyone who doesn't
Yeah, I can't think of anyone either.
know who you are. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to be creepy. I just think you're super interesting. That's all.
Uh-huh. And who are you, exactly?
I'm Marionette. It's so nice.
Kill me.
That
Okay.
one at least rolls off the tongue a bit. At least
Yeah.
that.
It rolls off the tongue better than Revenant. But it
Yeah.
also brings up a lot of questions that have to do with her character really early on.
I'm guessing she's some sort of animated puppet, essentially, and that's why she's got that name.
She is an automaton, probably.
Ah. Oh, is that why she has Galva's hair? That makes sense.
Me too! Personally, anyway. I was kind of worried when they brought you in here. Your limbs were like all bent the wrong way. It was really gross. But then you just fixed yourself like nothing ever happened. You're so cool.
I can see why they didn't animate this.
Why are you in here?
Oh, I got blown up with the rest of the school. I shattered into a whole bunch of tiny little pieces.
Oh,
That explains why her face looks like that.
sorry.
I like about the natural stitching of her puppetry, but yeah, that's too.
Don't be! I thought you did a great job. I couldn't have done it better myself.
Because I'm made of cloth and I would have singed myself and actually burned to a crisp.
Thanks.
Actually, judging by
And
judging by the breaks on her face, I'm guessing that she's made of a porcelain material.
True.
Way, you want to leave before Miss Kincaid gets here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. You're definitely gonna be in big trouble when she catches you. I know how we can get out, though. It's super easy, too.
You snuck out of here before?
Oh, tons! I'm always getting sent here because people keep breaking me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So-
probably Colston, you're right.
Wanna ditch this place together?
Why would I trust you?
Oh, I wouldn't ask you to do that. I'd rather earn it. Like this. The lock only works on this side. If you turn the doorknob on the other side, it opens right up.
Okay, and how do we do that exactly?
That seems
That's
like
the easy part.
that seems very exploitable.
Well, true, but it still requires you to have another way to get out anyway. And if you have that other way, then you might as well just do that and ignore the door.
It also kind of seems like a security risk. But that tomato.
I know there are a lot of doors that are like that. Just have like mechanisms that only require a key from one side for convenience.
Look, look. Ta-da!
She just break her own hand off.
Yep, she broke her own hand. Yes.
You know what? That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. And only works in Minecraft physics because only in Minecraft would a hand be flat enough to go underneath the door like that.
Huh.
So this is definitely playing more with like the fact that they are in Minecraft compared to last season.
All right, doll, come on.
Yay!
How? What?
Also, that was a piece of intermittent animation inside of it within the actual season itself, which again in Deltarune we had a lot of, but last season not so much.
Where is this? I've never seen this hallway before. Why does it look so different?
This also might be the excuse to update the map for the second season.
Oh, Miss Kincaid just snapped her fingers and poof! Now the whole place looks like this.
Like I'm
Consider-
starting to think Miss Kincaid herself might be a Lovecraftian horror of her own variety.
She is the Void, according to what you said previously. So yeah, although you said she snapped her fingers, you have a character here called Mary Annette as well, so I gotta do it. Whoa, ba, 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 ba,
I also think I know exactly what her deal is.
Oh, Miss Kincaid. Oh, okay.
Oh no, not Miss Kincaid. I mean this girl. This girl we're looking at right here. Because her name is a little too convenient. And her timing
All
is
their
also
names.
very convenient.
Everyone's names are convenient. Except Sebastian.
What? That's not possible! I need to get to the
Like,
bottom of this.
I gotta say,
Gotta find
I
Bella.
like Sebastian a little better because at least Sebastian is a little bit more of a clever pun.
Oh yeah, it's essentially kind of like the names in actual Monster High, right? Like Draculaura, for example, which just combines the an actual name with the creature that she is.
She'll know.
As opposed to Mork. Don't at me, but I don't really like Mork's name.
I know why it's there because vampires leave a mark on you, but that's really it, I guess.
Yeah, that is, like, from that, it's also the thing that Dracula, like, is a Romanian dude, so him naming him naming a prospective son Mark, which is a name that's not really from that end of the world, is also kind of suspect. Are you sure you're related to Dracula, or you're not just distant cousins of Dracula? If you're an American Dracula,
maybe
vampire,
Dracula's maybe Dracula's wife picked the name. I don't know.
Dracula's wife picked the name.
I think Dracula has multiple wives, right? At least originally.
Like, that depends on the writings and interpretations of Dracula.
Fair enough. I would love to see one of like the wives of Dracula parent-teacher conference or something. Ah yes, Mrs. Dracula, welcome to Kincaid Academy.
Also, that would make Mark's full name Mark Tepesh, which also brings up some more questions.
Maybe this is kind of like now I'm thinking like of Hotel Transylvania and how the Dracula in that one keeps trying to add suffixes to his grandson's name, who I'm blanking the name on right now. But yeah, he keeps trying to do that. Even though he named his daughter Mavis, but whatever.
You should just stick with me instead.
Okay, look, I don't know what's going on, but...
Rev Venet!
Hi?
Look at what you did to my hair!
You broke my horn!
And you traumatized Flynn, bro.
Listen. I can explain.
Is Flint someone else, or is he talking in third person? I don't know.
Yeah, Flint is another person who's talking about the nerdy ghost boy. Not him!
Rev!
Oh, that's right, Flynn flying. Yeah, another one doesn't make any sense.
Get out of my damn way!
None of them are in the way. You have plenty of room.
You summoned skeletons to rob me!
I think that it would have been more effective if there were more NPCs littering the hallway, but as of right now, there's plenty of clearance for him to just walk around unimpeded. He could run away from all of these people very easily if we weren't literally inventing the prospect of him being stuck right now.
And show off the new map as well. Yeah, definitely. Also, it's a shame that like Dra got dragged into this because I liked the dynamic they had before actually. You know, kind of the first person that Rev sort of pseudo befriended after his character arc. But oh well, you know, after knowing how important her horde actually is, use that against her. So great. Okay then.
Everyone taking this personally?
Yeah, why would she take that personally after what you know about her? Anyway.
Damn it! Hey, you! Give me that! Hey, dragon! Fetch!
Ooh, shiny!
Isn't most of her horde consisting of rappers that aren't really that shiny anyway?
Yeah, it feels like we're just... I feel like that's just an obligatory character retcon so that joke could work in isolation.
Perhaps.
Whoa, where did it get so dark?
I don't have time for all this!
I do love the actual the like proper like Minecraft choreography here, because it is very difficult to like make a fight sequence like this, and most people tend to like ignore them or do animations or still frames or whatever you might actually do in this situation. But it's like this feels like, you know, an actual proper chase scene.
Yeah,
You
this
know,
feels
like you don't
an-
see in many places aside from Manhunt these days.
Like, you don't see these things too much, but there's also like small features to this that I really don't enjoy.
Oh, you mean like what they did to Drow, or you mean it's like something
Yeah,
else?
they like reduced her character to ooh shiny so that joke would work.
Yeah, and also they did also make her plunge down here as well, which is exactly what Rev is doing right now, so he should be in range of her again, but anyway.
Yeah, if you go back to him jumping off the balcony, the frying pan item was literally sitting on the ground right there.
Yeah. Nice giving of saturation to make sure that I'm just to make sure the cat doesn't die immediately.
Get him, Akuma!
I don't know. Maybe we could just let him say sorry?
Never!
I love the fact that we have a character called Mary Annette, Akuma, and someone snapping their fingers it brings onto reality.
Also, now that I know more about magic mods in general, you want to know the book he's holding?
Yeah, go ahead.
It actually comes from a mod. It actually comes from a mod called Iron Spells. Iron Spells and Spellcrafting.
Fair enough. If I ever bring up Fortress Pascal, I have to remember that. It looks like a skulk chunk or something, actually, nowadays.
Yeah, in fact, you find this. You find a piece of this book in the ancient city, and you have to essentially repair it back to its former glory. But the thing with the skulk is that it still infests the book, the ancient codex.
Screw this, I'm getting out of here!
Get back here, Rev! You'll pay for that!
Oh wow, they actually managed to create that like cartoony effect in Minecraft. That felt like a Deltarune moment of let's cross this barrier. We're in animation now.
What the hell? No way. There's no way. I blew this.
I
Should have
actually,
used Gus as well.
This whole place
yeah,
up!
I really do like the new map. It feels, and the way it was introduced feels more organic than most people bringing in a new map and saying, "Hey, this is the new thing now. You're gonna have to accept it."
It's essentially the correction of Lover's Lane in how they were like, ah yes, I'm going to blow up these old buildings that everyone just mysteriously disappeared from with no possible explanation whatsoever, and then we'll relocate people to new neighborhoods and such. Of course.
Destroyed it! This is impossible! There she is! Bella!
There
Okay.
you are, Mr. Venet. I lost track.
Ah, instead of teleporting to him, you teleport him to you now. Okay.
Forgive you for a moment there.
What's with
Of
the,
course, she upgrades her own office.
Please.
yeah, what's with the
sit.
giant clock? That's new.
It's the time spell I used on the school to restore to its former glory. I don't know.
I'd like a word.
Actually, now that I think about it, she hasn't always had a clock motif, so that must be new to this season.
Rev's own time might be running out to a sense, in a sense, considering his curse apparently is lifting itself from before.
The sooner you sit, the sooner we can be done here, Mr. Venet. My. What a first day back. Thank you for making it so memorable, Mr. Venet. However, I do wonder why you truly believed this would work.
also, why would you time it so that it would have to be when everyone came back? You could have eased out during the holidays, unless you were trying to make it so they'd have to scramble around to heal everyone that was still there. This feels like more people getting caught in the crossfire that did not need to.
Did work. I leveled the entire damn school!
Ah.
I mean, you started. It was crumbling a little bit, but actually, to be perfectly honest, there was fire there, but nothing really properly blew up beyond repair.
You did indeed. And I remade it. Isn't it interesting how that works? As I've shown you countless times, Mr. Vennet, I see all—
Oh god, again, motif today. She literally did the miraculous ladybug. That's four. That's four.
Four. Count them.
Four references.
Someone kill me.
I watched you spend all winter break scheming. And here is the culmination of those schemes. My school still stands, and you sit within my office once more.
You could have removed the explosives so that, your students didn't get hurt at the same time. The ones you're trying to protect and rehabilitate.
I can't help but say I'm a bit disappointed.
Yeah, same here. So much for the safety of the students.
Expected more from you. Oh well.
You're not even phased?
Mr. Vennet, this
No,
academy has been destroyed,
She's not phased.
rebuilt,
She seems pleased.
expanded, and renovated more times than your little undead brain could possibly fathom. We were due for a fresh look. So I took the opportunity to demonstrate the futility of your actions.
Ah, okay. At least that explains why she didn't actually remove the explosives. But still, was it worth it?
No.
No. I destroyed everything. I should have won.
No, you keep confusing failure with success, destruction with progress, rebellion with freedom.
And you keep confusing this prison with school.
Huh. This school will always stand, Rev Vennet. I know what becomes of monsters when they are not taught better.
I don't need to be taught anything.
Yes, you do. For example, today you learned that no matter what you do, you cannot defeat me.
That was the first lesson he learned in the first season, and that didn't sink in. Why do you think now is going to be any different?
And now, you will learn how to belong in this school, and I believe we can best accomplish this by forcing you into a club.
What?
Okay. A fresh way of punishment. All right, I'm behind this, yeah.
A fresh way of punishment. Forcing him to socialize.
For Rev, that truly is torture.
You are a social malcontent, Mr. Vennet. Clearly, your idle time is currently being misused. So, you will join a club, and you will attempt, however feebly, to engage with your fellow students in a constructive manner. Or else, I'll be forced to suspend you. In school, of course.
Well, I mean, okay.
Can't do this!
You would also be pained for the same reason. Are you a social malcontent as well, William? Okay.
Yes.
But I am, Rev. You have until the end of the day to find a club to join at today's club fair. And if you
Oh, at least he still gets to pick the club, okay.
fail to find a club, well, a few centuries in isolation might straighten you out.
So, the failure for not finding someone to socialize with is not having to socialize.
I think she's kind of shooting herself in the foot with this one.
I think she vastly overestimates how much of a crush she has on Bella to stick around for her, but okay.
Also, I'm going to put it this way. Rev has essentially lived a very human lifetime. Do you think stripping him of what family he has left, even if they did make him into a monster, would benefit his existence and make him more sociable, more personable?
Yeah, the very people who he's trying to return to, especially as well.
Like, at that point, it would behoove you to just threaten to send him home rather than send him to the 1,000-year torture dimension.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that a thing in Naruto or something? I'm missing a lot of anime today, I'm realizing.
No, but it is a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Naruto doesn't have the 1,000-year torture dimension.
Okay. I thought it was a character in Naruto that tormented people for 1,000 years or something, but fair enough.
No.
I know. You are
In fact,
dismissed,
the
Mr.
Shadow
Bennett.
Realm isn't even a thing in OG Yu-Gi-Oh! It was
I know.
It was invented for the American dub.
Yeah, because 4 kids don't like death. Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
you mean she's not going to help him with his curse running out? She's just going to send him on another objective, and we're going to ignore the smoke, and we're going to ignore the smoking gun that's been set up.
Well, I mean, I presume that that's going to run out by the end of the series, but I'm also thinking that it seems to be that the more that he injures himself, the worse it gets, and that's what accelerates it. That's the impression I'm getting so far. That could be completely off base.
You kidding me?
Wow, the poor eardrums of everyone who is there. That might be the first time I've actually heard the microphone peak from a Rev scream as well. They've been saving this up.
R.I.P.
Rev's general performance way better in this season because it's so much more varied than before. But yeah, I guess they forgot about the mic settings of permanent yell they used to give him. Yeah, I'm not surprised they would run. Yeah.
I hate you, Kincaid! Do you hear me? I hate.
Everyone hears you, Rev. Please.
Jill!
Anakin on Mustafar.
Oh. Hello, cat.
Really just gonna call it Cat? That's a name that you gave it, I think.
Rev!
Oh. Hey, guys.
You okay, dude?
You idiot!
Ow! Quit!
Oh, great, we're back to this again.
We thought you got expelled! What is wrong with you?
Yes, back to physical abuse from the love interest. Love it.
Yep, classic tsundere.
Anywhere in the school.
Yeah! Did the principal not find you yet?
Oh, she found me all right. She didn't expel me.
Oh, thank God!
You can see that didn't happen. The fact that he's there, intact.
Wait,
Not to mention he also got taken to the medbay before that, but anyway.
she just let you off the hook?
Of course not. She subjected me to something worse.
Oh no.
Socializing.
Yeah.
What is it?
She's forcing me to join a club.
So melodramatic about it.
Joke?
Hell no! Why would you think that's a joke?
Why do you think that's worse?
Wait. Guys, this is awesome!
I mean, Bella, also, why do you think it's worse? You're the one that, you know, before, like, even meeting him, didn't want anything to do with it. They'd do with, like, other people. Was they, like, up in their performance? I don't know what happened to Ghost. I didn't get a mover.
If the principal is forcing Rev to join a club, why don't we all join the same one?
What?
Well, if you guys want to,
Yeah, like I said, piling on the tsundere really thick with her now.
Why not?
Sweet! We gotta get to the club fair
Was that an actual voice crack from Mark that made it in? That's fantastic.
now!
A club with actual people in it.
Ah, suddenly you don't think it's that so ludicrous that it's the worst, that what's worse, do you, Bella? Okay. I see how it is.
You muttering something, witch?
Huh? No! I was just,
You seeing this? Seeing what I have to put up with? Ugh.
And that's a fair point. You don't have to put up with being physically assaulted. You know, you can. There's probably actually wait. I was gonna say there's probably a thing in process of that, but I just realized no, Monster School, they probably don't care. Speaking of physically assaulting anyone, I have not seen Wendy yet, and that worries me.
I hate this.
Oh, don't be such a baby. This could be really fun.
Hello? You guys, looking for new members?
Sorry about that. I spilled some water on my keyboard.
Oh, wow.
And tried to panic wipe it off.
Oh, and then it just like closed down the okay, yeah.
And then it closed down everything.
Are you ready to seize the spotlight, darling?
Okay, one of them said table talk, whether it was theater. Okay.
I can see you have potential. Wait, stop walking away! You have
I just like how they have like one sports club in the background, just like for all sports possible.
potential!
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't know
bored.
how to play sports, so you can only think of one club to add for sports, and it's the sports club.
It's kind of like in the Owl House where they say like, yeah, this is where we play the sport, implying there's only one sport in the bowling aisles, and then it turns out, hey, guess what? Flyer derby is a thing that we planned the whole time.
There's not a single club you'd be interested in?
No. Why don't you just pick one for me, since you seem to, I don't know, enjoy this?
Well, both of you are great brewers. Is there an alchemy club potentially? If not,
Yeah.
could you start an alchemy club?
Like,
That's my first thought.
Kincaid seems like the one place that would have an alchemy club.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah?
Okay.
That also means that you get the blame if he hates it, so, you know, double-edged sword there.
Wait right there. I'm gonna go find the Occult Society booth.
Why not just take him to the Occult Society booth if you think that the Occult Society one is the choice that you're going to make? Just take him there immediately.
At 2, Kite? Whatever.
Kite? Okay. Right.
How do I do now? I guess I could ditch, but...
I'll look that up later.
Nah, I'll just... wait.
Wait for what?
Hi, Rev!
The hell are you doing here?
I'm here for the club fair, silly. Same as
should
you.
probably finish gluing your face back together.
It looks even more damaged than
Got
before.
worried about you when we were separated. I thought Miss Kincaid would expel you for sure.
She didn't. But trust me. She found something worse.
Oh, wow! You're just as cool as we thought you were!
Yes, the fact that you think there's something worse than expulsion makes you... Okay, sure.
We?
There are some people
Yeah, me and the voices.
who'd really like you, Rev.
Please tell me there's a booth that just is called the Rev Venet Fan Club. I don't rate these videos, but I would give this 5 stars easily if I had a rating system. If there was a booth called Rev Venet Fan Club.
Uh-huh. That's...
If there is a Rev Venom
Kinda
fan club, I'm
creepy.
more worried for the people in it than Rev himself.
I promise it's not. In fact, I could introduce you.
No thanks. I doubt I'd be interested.
I beg to differ.
Emo.
You hate this school, don't you?
Huh?
You looked way happier when the school was exploding. And no one openly hates our principal as much as you do. Like I said, I know a lot about you.
Listen,
You
because
know
of
what everyone knows.
because of Mary's full name, I think I know, and because of how she's talking to Rev right now, I think I know her trajectory in the story. I think I know where she's headed. I'm not gonna say it out loud for right now. I'm gonna message it privately to Jacob later. But I can definitely see that there is a plot brewing, and I don't know how to feel about it.
I have a couple of potential ideas of what might actually happen. What is a very secondary point that she could be introduced to drive a wedge between Rev and Bella, because tsundere. but that's a secondary thing, not the main thing.
I'd like to think I know a little of how you feel. So, why don't you come with me and let me introduce you?
Especially because she's actively drawing him away from the place that Bella told him to wait. Very unnaturally, because why not just take him with you? Anyway, whatever. I said that already.
I don't know. I'm kind of waiting on someone.
Like,
Oh,
it
it won't
feels
take
like
long.
she was
Come here.
introduced into the story to tempt him away from the side of, I don't know, wanting to.
From the side of current love interest.
Yes, from the side of current love interest to probably the evil machinations of somebody else.
Hey!
Because of her full name being because of her full name being a portmanteau of doll or puppet, there's something about her that makes me feel like she's a part of something bigger than she's alluding to.
Oh well, I personally was thinking that maybe if because Sarah's pushed back so much, she could be almost like she could almost be like another person that Rev can like palm stuff on, but then she realized that she's being like his puppet. But no, but yeah, either way.
I've got someone you've been dying to meet.
Okay, was not expecting Doki Doki Literature Club to come up with this, but all right then.
You're kidding me. This just looks depressing.
That'd be the point.
Oh god, another one.
So, you're Bennett.
And you are?
Roman Dracula.
Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting sure, fine.
Like,
Surprised
sure,
Mark never mentioned having a brother, but okay, or cousin or whatever you are.
like this feels like a relative whom you don't talk about, and or a character introduced just so this season could work.
And also a potential character that won the competition to submit your new characters that was already a fan fiction character that somebody had for this show.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try
I'd like
not
to
to
screw
hold
my
it
head
against
on
me.
backwards now. It's no longer sitting on my shoulders, it's now in the ether as I... What was his full name?
Roman Dracula.
I hate him.
You were saying before that Mark's not a very Romanian name. Well, what's more Romanian than Roman?
Later,
At least it's not Vlad Jr. At least it's not that's what they could have done.
I've heard a lot about you, Rev Bennett. Teachers hate you. Students talk about you like you're the goddamn boogeyman. And apparently...
The fact that monsters have a concept of the boogeyman is way stranger to me. What do they consider a boogeyman exactly?
Oh, there's a human named Steve in accounting under your bed every night.
There was an error in filing Schedule 3 of your tax report. You're going to have to resend.
You're the one who tried to blow up the school.
Tried? What, did you miss the raining debris?
No.
Did you miss the part where not everything fell apart?
No, but clearly, your plan wasn't as good as you thought. Since we're...
I love the debate club in the background there, as if they're trying to decide the magnitude of it.
We're all still here.
Yeah, you can thank that abomination of a principal for that.
Did the render distance just change behind him?
Yes. It's been happening periodically every time they enter this shot. Listen, there is a mod they could have used to fix this problem. But they didn't use it.
I never have even heard of the render distance being a problem before now, but alright.
If she were gone...
Oh, and there it is again.
We'd all be a lot better off.
See? I told you! He's perfect!
Hold on. Perfect for what? Poetry?
No. No. See, Bennett, there are many things you don't know. And that's okay. We're here to help. That sign says poetry, but what this club really is? It's a house for students who hate this school more than anything else. And that principal, Viviana Kincaid.
Yeah.
Is there a club that just says social media?
Yeah.
First sports and now... How do you lump all these things together?
Like, who
We
cares
don't like
about
her
social media? Social media. No specific YouTube club, just club.
Yeah.
Hate to burst your bubble.
Yeah, no, it's run by the dual leaders of Instagram and TikTok. I don't know.
But I've given her everything I've got. I doubt your little club stands a chance.
Oh, Venet, you don't have a single clue. Trust me, you spend just a day with our club, and you'll do things that...
Roman?
Okay, before we get to this next part, because, you know, obvious Gareth and Zane comparison imminent, but before we get to that point, Roman seems right now like the kind of character who is all talk, but then has, like, no clue what he's doing behind him. It's like, yes, my machinations have laid undetected for so long. You're but a mere speck of dust in the cosmos of what I have planned, you see.
Yeah, it feels like him and his brother are two different flavors of himbo. He's just being more subtle about being an idiot. Which isn't something that I hate.
And Mary might not have caught on to that.
Like, it's not a trajectory for this character that I hate, but it feels like he's using Rev Venet as a crutch. Feels like he's going to just use Rev's plans and go along with them rather than have any of his own, which kind of feels anticlimactic for his character as a whole, if that's where I think this is going.
You're in front of one of the most brilliant minds in all of Cade. But I am also open to suggestions. Yes, that plan seems rather pathetic, but we'll attempt it first and see if it works, yes. Yes, I would allow it. I will permit it.
Oh, great.
No way! I haven't seen you in forever! You have a club?
Interesting he says that because because we know that Mark went home for the holidays, so they might just be like cousins that are brothers or something, or I don't know, estranged.
Sure do.
That's so cool!
Uh-huh.
Like, in that case, I wonder which one is a direct relative of Dracula, and I wonder which one is a more distant relative of Dracula. Because they both share the same last name, but that's not indicative of them being in the same family.
If Mark's... Well, I mean, the Draculas the Dracula's a very common vampire surname.
This the club we're joining, Rev?
No. I'm not to Count Dracula. I am Farmer Dracula. Very different person. No relation.
Wait, yeah! I gotta join my big bros club! We just gotta grab
Oh,
Bella
they're brothers. Wait, that doesn't make much sense.
This is what I was saying before, where it's like, you know, they were either cousins or they were brothers, and he just never mentioned having one before. And also they're somewhat estranged.
Absolutely not. The house doesn't just accept anyone. You need to have certain qualities. Qualities Rev Venet has, but you two don't.
But...
What, both of them? Even Sarah? What does Sarah do?
I'm your brother!
I don't make the rules, kid. Tough break.
What do you mean, don't make the rules? Are you not the leader of this club? Who's in charge here? Watch me, Mary.
Where Rev goes, I go.
Sorry. This one's just for Rev.
It's the Rev Venet fan club for sure.
Of course, you can take your time to think about it, Venet. But if you're still on the fence, I recommend visiting room 313.
Room 313?
We also have cookies.
What's there?
You'll see. If you show up, that is.
Yes, thank you, Reverend.
I don't like this club.
Well, Sarah, what's wrong?
Oh, just gonna leave Rev there, okay.
313.
Guardian Angel, right? They really are making sure that they have like all the sound effects for when Mary moves.
What? Everything's different now! Where the hell am I supposed to be going?
That's a fair point. Roman managed to get the number of the rooms down very quickly, suggesting even more that he has not thought this through.
It's the case. Then I'd be more than happy to be your sponsor.
Oh, look at that. It's Lovecraft, Ray.
Miss Belladonna.
Yes.
Yes, my favorite
Thank you so
character.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Lovecraft.
Also, you want to know something about Room 313? When I heard it, I rolled my eyes.
Fair enough.
Room
I
313.
remember Joke 313 being a thing from Mission Impossible, but aside from that.
Room 313 refers to a horror of folklore trope rather than a physical destination.
Okay, what does that trope consist of then, if it's not a physical destination?
Normally in folklores, it refers to a reoccurring the reoccurrence of the number 13.
Okay. That's literally everywhere, though, but then why room 313 specifically? Where's the 3 come from? Where's the room come from?
Like, it comes from the widespread hotel superstition of omitting the number 13.
That's still a physical location, though. You said it's not to do with a physical location.
Yeah, but it's the trope that has to do with the location that makes room 313 special. It is the room that's not supposed to exist.
All right.
There he is. The student who stole my key to the artifact vault and used the crystals inside to blow up the school.
Just in case people haven't rewatched Season 1, to remind yourselves when this came out.
Yep, that's me.
There's no other time that Lovecraft has ever referred to Rev in this way before. It's always Mr. Vennett before, so like... it's not like they don't know each other.
I'll leave you two be.
I hate him. I hate that character specifically. I hated Mr. Lovecraft from the first episode. I am an OG hater of Lovecraft.
Oh no, you absolutely are. I mean, that's why I said compared to Miss Yaga before, where she doesn't really have access to nature, so they can't make that connection really. With Lovecraft, they've taken like what is very easily like available info and inspirations and just used the bare minimum that people will recognize. Kind of like what they did with Carrie in episode 7.
And I hate it when this show does that, because it has potential to do so much more with its characters.
Like I said, Rexiipher, better original stuff than even adapting small snippets of things that already exist.
Listen, every time I hear Mr. Lovecraft's name, I want to plunge my face into a table because of the man that name is associated with.
It's also the issue with, like, again, going to Hotel Transylvania, with Quasimodo being part of the hotel, when it's been firmly established that humans haven't entered the hotel in hundreds of years.
Like, that's also my qualm with Dr. Frankenstein in this, because Frankenstein is the name of the name of the doctor that created Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster was Victor Frankenstein. So does that imply that Frankenstein's monster just took his dad's last name and became an actual medical doctor? Or does
Which
it
is a
imply
fair point,
that...
because Victor Frankenstein never finished his studies, so, you know, that would be like a way to one-up him.
Or, like, are we implying that Frankenstein's monster became a doctor because of daddy issues? Or is this a Frankenstein's monster version of Frankenstein made of Victor Frankenstein?
I really hope that it's the first one because that's hilarious to think about.
That would make a good
Like,
sense.
not only did the monster actually like kill like all of his family except his father who died of natural causes, and also one of his brothers that then got mentioned like a few times in the book and just got off scot-free, basically. So not only did that happen, but also Victor died at sea after trying to chase him across like the known world at the time. That wasn't enough, apparently. You're still going to one-up the guy by actually attaining a doctorate. It's like, when does it end?
But it's just
Take
a
that
thing
long?
of the original monsters are fine, but the more we dive into the folklore around these monsters, the more the creatures themselves make less and less sense to be in a physical space together.
Yeah. The advantage of Frankenstein, at least particularly, is the fact that it is like one physical novel that's been adapted into countless plays and movies for sure, but there's like a very determined source, as opposed to most of this other stuff that is either passed down through word of mouth or through ancient tradition.
Yeah, it's sort of the problem I also had with Wendigo.
Wendy Indigo, yeah.
It's the thing of, if you're trying to represent a cultural monster, are you at least going to make an attempt to be real to the culture it pays homage to? Kind of like how the Baba Yaga here is portrayed less like a more accurate Baba Yaga and more like Professor Umbridge, but with a different aesthetic? Or are we going to swing back around to making them less like their folklorish counterpart and more like their believed headcanon-y sort of persona?
Well, I guess that was a good question when you first posed it in the first episode, I think. Now, having watched through the season surrounding Wendy particularly, like how how do you think that has panned out so far? Because I haven't looked into Wendigos personally, but I know that you have, so having
like Wendigo, like when it comes to Wendy ego, like I will talk to this after we conclude this episode.
Oh, okay.
To not take up too much time, I'll talk about my full thoughts afterwards. Now on with
okay,
the
sure.
review.
I was also expecting her to show up at some point, but she really hasn't yet, which is surprising. We've only got a few minutes left.
Guess. What are you doing?
Maybe she'll show up at like the last frame or something, and then we'll get like the new intro.
Don't get me started. The witches and the occult.
Well, I mean, I don't think she's allowed to leave Kate either, really, but yeah.
Like, not leave
Society?
Cade, but definitely be around Revless for her own mental health. It's like, hey, there's that guy I don't like. To prove that I don't like him that much, I'm just not going to be around him.
She's booked in a lot of sessions with the school therapist, the school counselor, La Llorona.
The worst! They kept saying they didn't have room, but everyone knows that's what people say when they don't want you.
Wow, that's annoying.
I know, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Rev himself has tried that before, but no one else has caught on to that.
But whatever. Screw them! I don't need their stupid little club. Because I made my own.
What?
My own.
I mean, that was probably why Lovecraft was saying that, he'd be proud that he'd be her sponsor. So,
A cult club. Professor Lovecraft approved it just now. And it'll be a real one. Not some fake one run by a bunch of snooty witches. And
how exactly does it... Okay, so this is something that in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, weird pull, I suppose, but given the song I just released, I guess it makes sense. In Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there is a moment where, at Sunnydale University, Willow, who has been dabbling in witchcraft a lot for the past couple of seasons, decides to try to join a witchcraft club or Wicca club, like specifically, in order to advance that. As it turns out, not exactly what she was hoping for, and very clearly was like, whenever she mentioned like, oh, could you like back to like spellcraft, transmutation stuff, it's like, we take offense to those stereotypes. You shouldn't bring that energy into this room or something like that. One of those. And it's like only one other person, like, actually was a proper witch, basically. So that works there because, to a certain extent, because most of Sunnydale are idiots who have not put this all together, but to a certain extent, the vampires, demons, everything else about the world, is supposed to be kept a secret, or at least has been for however long. So it stands to reason there would be, regular human locations that do not have access to this kind of thing that would have created like fake clubs associated with them. This is a school where the entire population are monsters. What do you mean there's a fake occult club here?
The term occult means hidden, concealed, or secret. This whole school is an occult location in the middle of absolute nowhere. It also, broadly refers to supernatural, mystical, or esoteric beliefs or practices that lie out of the scope of tradition. What are you talking about?
Yeah. That's probably more accurate what they're going for here rather than the hidden definition. But yeah, straying from tradition, maybe not so much, although depending on how many students are actually, the more involved in the witch aspect of this, because there's the thing. I know that in actual Monster High, witchcraft is a taboo subject, and it's one thing that the school supposedly bans, but Dracula, I think, practices
a lot of people do it anyway.
Exactly, so there's a distinction there. But in this one, why are that's one thing I don't know. Why are witches classified as monsters exactly?
Yeah, because in a lot of things, witches are not monsters. This is a thing. This is one of my personal things with this show, and it's why I really don't like Belladonna being here, is that witches, broadly speaking, is a term for a tradition or practice that relies more on the wants and needs of nature, stewarding the earth and casting spells that stem from, the beliefs of nature and the want to be connected within.
Ah, well, there you go. There's your Ms. Yaga connection, because I'm pretty sure that those two have had mostly positive relationships so far.
And it's also the thing of witchcraft as it is can be performed by anyone within the Wicca belief. So so witches being classified as monsters feels more like they're tying back to the trope of witches than actual witchcraft.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. The thing with Bella, I feel like what would have fixed that is just given her a different monster species. That would have solved the issue.
Yeah,
then you could say she actively decided to practice witchcraft and she was really good at it, because that's part of the studies here, so she decided to specialize, or because of what she did before. I guess the only thing you sacrificed then would have been her backstory surrounding her human school and the whole Carrie incident, which, oh no, we're not going to get the Carrie backstory. What a shame that would have been. Oh no.
I was thinking...
there's no great loss there. Just have her be another type of monster on top of being a witch. Hey,
the fact that they call this school
also
the fact that every single episode of this is called something at Monster High suggests that Rexiipher has watched at least a version of Monster High and would therefore know about monsters and their way of around witchcraft.
The club to join so you don't get in trouble.
In another series that has a similar vibe to this, witches are invited into the school, but they're more as a link between the human and monster world and are still some type of human. As for here, it makes less and less sense why Belladonna is a student at Kane, other than the fact that she's good at spells.
Yeah.
Join mine?
Which everyone is taught here anyway, but yeah.
to, obviously. I just... You'd fit! More than most people, anyway. With, your background and all.
This is fairly similar to what I was suggesting with an alchemy club with these two specifically, but
Like-
occult studies works too.
Like, girl, don't lie. You want to make him your familiar so bad. By the way,
She wants to get more familiar, at least.
when it refers to people who misinterpret witchcraft, it was implied in a certain book that witches implored demons to be their familiars, which would make sense between these two, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Really like you there.
You, mean all that?
It's the same girl who invited you to the school dance. Yes, she means it.
Yeah? Well, I better go prep the room. It's room 204, by the way, so, just... I'll see you there!
Ah, room 204, room 313.
Maybe.
Which one do you go for?
Room 313 is right around the corner, I think.
What did I say?
I'll look first, then...
What will he do? Current love interest or new path of darkness?
Whatever.
Also, he said before that he didn't okay, he said before that he didn't know his way around anymore, but he supposed room 313 was going to be nearby, and now we've transitioned to a whole different area of the school. So clearly it was not that close.
Wait, this is room 313?
And he didn't even know what it looked like, yeah.
This looks like...
It looks like the entrance to Bowser's Castle in Mario 64. Yes, it does, I agree.
What the hell?
Yay! You made it!
What are you doing?
What does it look like? We're trashing the place.
Are you insane?
Oh, absolutely. But we know what
Was
we're
that not
doing.
clear?
Wait, careful, Dex!
Okay, I guess he suddenly cares about all this, alright?
I've wanted to break that for a long time!
You can't...
I mean, this is kind of interesting. What does a porcelain doll think of breaking other fragile objects? I guess she breaks herself all the time, but yeah.
Apparently she's into it.
Yeah, I guess she breaks herself all the time, so I guess she doesn't really care, yeah.
What? This is her office! Her office! If she sees you doing this, you're gone.
She's always watching. That's the whole point of everything we know about her. So she watches this whole thing. So yes, she has seen this, and you know this is not a cause for expulsion. Because if it were, you would have tried it last season.
She also already knows this is happening. She's just out of the room because presumably she's using these two to teach you a lesson.
Relax. Do you think we would have gotten this far already if she knew we were here?
She already knows!
Yes, I do think that.
She has to. She sees everything.
Thank you.
Not us.
What?
Although she's also be able to see you defend her office.
You heard me right. She can't see us.
No.
Which kind of backs up my implication of she's using these two to teach him a lesson. She's just, being reach around about it instead of being direct.
Can you imagine that she's just been like messing with them that this whole time, and she's just like, "Who is speaking? Who is talking to me right now? I don't know where you are."
Sees everything.
Not everything. See, there are some things beyond the average monster's comprehension, Bennett. The house
Second time we've heard this
is
today.
one of those things. Come here, Rev. Have a seat.
That's her chair. She'd know if I sat in her chair.
Not right now, she won't. Go ahead.
Does that imply that you've incapacitated her somehow? Because I was going to say, if she can't see them specifically, even if that were true, humoring them for a second and suggesting that that's true, what you would see in that situation is just a bunch of items in her own office flying around and destroying themselves.
Like, either that or there's a different implication. It could be that they're aligned with an entity of similar power.
Oh, wait, I just thought, speaking of like trashing items down, I actually just thought of another monster pun name I could have suggested them. Poltergeist. That's got to be a character now.
Kill me.
Ooh! How does it feel? Does it feel good?
Kinda does.
I'm gonna get that. They could, if they can't see, if they're implying that the Cade can't see her, or them, or whatever, you know, surely they could both like run out right now and frame Rev for this.
So, what, you can hide from her and all you do is just break stuff sometimes?
No, we normally don't do this.
We're normally not this adventurous. We're quite boring, you see.
This whole thing is just a demonstration. The house could use someone like you, Rev.
A demonstration for a person you didn't even know was 100% was going to show up here.
With you, we can destroy Viviana Kincaid.
I'm not bending the knee to you either.
Good. Don't. Bennett, you're one of the craziest monsters I've ever heard of. If anything, we could learn a thing or two from you.
The way that he said, like, ever heard of, and also that, you know, other students talked about him, it suggests that Roman is very much a new student here, but has already established himself like this, and probably should have been here way sooner, considering his whole deal.
Well, what do you say, Rev Bennett? You want to win?
Oh no, current love interest. I thought Mark and Sarah would 100% have been good people to ask about this. Oh, and this mirrors the occult club she tried to start in her old school too.
It's okay. I'll, start without them.
Should have asked Mark and Sarah.
We have a good thematic parallel here.
There we go.
This is the room for the new club, right?
You're just in time.
Cool.
I was almost getting my abandonment issues triggered again. Thank you for showing up now.
Welcome.
I wanted to make a good first impression.
Good job.
The fact that she's starting this club and already trying to do a first meeting in the very day she established it is definitely very ambitious on her part.
So, what do we do?
Oh, right! I'll, tell you guys about one of my favorite rituals I learned a few years ago.
That's another question I had from before. What would an occult club actually do? But I guess we'll find that out more so as the series goes on.
I've called this meeting in order to properly induct our newest member.
Yay!
They've got a way better setup.
The house welcomes you, Rev Bennett.
Okay, gonna lower the volume a bit, but I am gonna actually play the outro because I'm sure it's gonna come up later. So, new song, I guess. What have we got for us? Let's see. sick of putting fires out with Rev being the person here, but based on what we just said. He starts fires, doesn't put them out. Already I'm wondering about this song. You know, sometimes I wonder when it's like when like a episode 1 has the intro at the end of the episode, but here it makes a lot of sense because they just would have spoiled everything otherwise. I mean, maybe what is inside the dark cups of tea void? I don't know, void tea. Void tea. I want some void tea now. Haven't seen all them yet. So yeah, it does seem like there's somebody else in the house. You're onto something there. There's the clock motif going on. Oh, it seems like Mary is running with them this time, not again. Okay. No, I thought. There's a lot I can say about this now, but it's mostly just pointing out the obvious, so I'm not saying much. Ah, and now a dark motif for the logo. For things get darker and more intense now, or maybe they don't. Who's that? I don't know. Maybe.
Who's to say?
Yeah. The house has dark
Who's to
plans
say?
for you. Very, very intense and very, very scary, yes. Much fear, such scare. Okay.
Woo, scary. Guys.
This would be such a fun series to abridge, not gonna lie. Oh well. We still got Ovek on our list first. But yeah, okay, so that was Freaks of Season 2 Episode 1. Definitely not what I was anticipating with this.
Yeah, not what I was anticipating either. That they were building very much towards something else completely. But I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, I suppose like having a group of people that are tempting him down a path of darkness again, like it could very easily undo what he became. In a weird way, similar to most popular girls in school, my least favorite character in that whole show being the one who shares my name, ironically, who goes by Shaw, and his whole thing is he comes in and he's like the stereotypical like, you know, masculine jock right down to like all of his mannerisms and everything. And Fan, who has already had like the whole idea of like his of accepting himself in multiple ways, suddenly he ends up hanging out with this guy a lot more, and it's like ends up being like a bad influence on him and going back to how he was before, which did not go down so well. But yeah, so so in that sense, you got like the bad ending, in a way. But in this one, I guess I could go either way. I kind of got the feeling that he was they're going to join the house, or at least humor them initially, because I mean, the idea of like of in some way driving a wedge between Rev and Bella, it feels very season 2 to be like, yes, they don't get an easy ride now because they've had a couple moments of connection or whatever. Nah, it's got to be, you know, we got to drive this out a bit more. We got to add some more tension between that. But even ignoring like that's what it was, Rev and Bella, just the idea of adding extra trials in general. I don't know if those were the characters that made it in from the competition or not, or if they will come out separately. I'm not sure. I know that Dra isn't, because that was like way before.
Like, it could be that most of the background characters we've seen have come from that.
Maybe.
Because we do have a wider assortment of varied background characters. Albeit they still stand around endlessly, but at least we don't have the same handful of 5 people. We at least have some more.
Now that you mention it, Rev did turn to face a bunch of the extras that weren't in his way during the chase scene. That may have been to emphasize and make sure people recognize the designs and skins they provided. That could be it. Now that I think about it, I don't know if
the
it was like the
case.
competition, whether or not it was like just like the aesthetic, or if it was like actually, create a character and backstory. I feel like if I ever did something like this, I'd be like, hey, submit like your stuff. But then I guess that's also me thinking about this in terms of like how Disco Pops and other pop series handled it, where it's like, yes, audition your characters to become one of the next pops, and then we'll, have them join a multitude of others and be in mostly the background because there are too many characters now. So that didn't happen. And as has been pointed out before, clearly the budget has increased. They've got in the middle of video animations sometimes now, compared to the structure from before, and it feels lower key than Deltarune, where a lot of the focus was on how close you can actually get it in the first place. But it doesn't need that much more, because the moments that were used for animation here, they weren't like super intense. They benefited from the animation, but but it wasn't like a case of like, oh yeah, let's do like all the fight sequences or something.
Like that's something both good and bad about the more laid back structure of Freak Show compared to Deltarune. Because Deltarune got intense with its animation and somewhat suffered from that intensity. Meanwhile, with Freak Show, they can step back and do something low-key. Which in animation terms is pretty easy to do. Just a couple of characters standing around and talking. Easy to animate.
I suppose so. I know that I definitely prefer... the reason I like always leave the simple animations and stuff that were Musingirl and things until last is because I enjoy working on those a lot more, because you can get like much like finer embellishments sometimes depending on depending on the scenario, and also and also you don't have to like fuss as much about the deals of trying to work out how to do a fight in gacha the way that you want to do and such. So, I'm sure that's helpful for them in the production as well. But hey, I think that's probably mostly everything to do with this. It's a shame that they did to Dula, and needs more Wendy. That's my final two things, I guess.
Like, it's somewhat a shame we didn't see Wendy. She was not even in the opening sequence.
You would think, actually, that a character like Wendy, who absolutely, also doesn't like, that hates the school, wants to get away with more things, would have also possibly been approached by the house. Maybe they didn't approach her because, either she's still incapacitated because of like what happened to her before. I don't remember the exact state she was in after the possession. Maybe she's in a monster coma or something. I don't know.
We didn't see Wendy at all in the mock animated intro for season 2. She wasn't even part of the side cast that made an appearance.
Yeah, that's also a good point. So yeah, maybe she's beyond a monster coma. Maybe she did get expelled.
Maybe she did. But that brings me to what I was talking about earlier. The thing with why I don't like Wendy so much is that the Wendigo, or the concept of a Wendigo, is a thing from Algonquin tradition, which is, around the area of, the tip of America to some parts of Canada, around the Appalachian region. And Wendigo's appearance is less like the Wendigo and more like the Algonquin figure of the Deer Man. When we talk about Wendigos, we think of the Deer Man because somewhere in the pop culture influence of bringing these monsters into the modern day, we didn't think about what they actually meant. When the Algonquins refer to the Wendigo, they refer to it less like a physical being and more like a spirit of hunger manifested. It doesn't look like that. It's never looked like that. that thing that is a Wendigo that we think of is more of a pop culture interpretation and a mix of both things together than one feasible being. Also, Jacob, did you stall or are you good? You're still here. But
Oh yeah, no, sorry,
yeah,
I was just like
sorry,
intending to stay on
yeah,
nothing
you
to
were
add
you were
there,
just still for a very long time. So I was like, oh, did Jacob the stuff just stall? Am I yapping?
Unlike Aiden, I remain very frozen sometimes when I'm listening. But yeah, sorry, continue.
When we think of the Wendigo, we think of the Deer Man. When the Deer Man and the Wendigo are actually two very different creatures that mean very different things.
Which one is the one that imitates voices?
The one that imitates voices is the Deer Man. The Deer Man is less a being of hunger like the spirit of the Wendigo is, and it's more like a trickster being of the forest, to what I've interpreted from actual Algonquin text.
All right, well, there you go, new name.
Demon. But demon are more like trickster spirits of the forest, similar to Fae, actually. Well,
the more we talk about this, the more I'm getting the impression that that Cade Academy should have a forest.
Yeah, Cade Academy should indeed have a forest, and it's a wonder that they don't, because a lot of the creatures that they're calling from are forest creatures in a certain context.
It kind of seems like everywhere across the world.
Or at least Cade Academy should be somewhere in the Appalachian Mountains, and it's a shame that they didn't do that, because the Appalachians are so spooky to begin with.
You know, I'm getting the impression that a lot of cultures across the world has had somebody that got scared by a random creature they couldn't see in a forest, and they were like, I know what that is. I gotta tell everyone.
Like, yeah, a bunch of people a long time ago were like, oh, there's a thing with horns over there. And deer sometimes have this thing to where they rear up so that they can fight other deer. So someone was like, oh, deer man deer, it's coming for us. Meanwhile, for Wendigo, it's more a spirit of greed and consumption than an actual physical being. Which also brings me to Wendigo herself, because she shares none of the Algonquin heritage that beguiles the actual monster she's alluding to. Part of me thinks that's on purpose, but another part of me feels it's a shame they didn't.
I mean, you did say that, you know, she shares traits with the Deer Man more so than Wendigo, so at least there's that.
Like, there's that, but that is very slim, because she was still a white girl at the end of the day. It just feels maybe a little tone deaf from a certain perspective.
Yeah, I always keep forgetting, because like I always imagine her to like have like either like a purple tint to her, or like when she became pink in the first episode. For some reason, I picked away with a purple tint, but yeah.
If you look at Wendigo's skin tone, she is still kind of a white girl. But with deer features, it's somewhat funny, but also the thing of.
Well, I mean, that's not even exclusive to her, you know, because you pointed out before that Mark is not a very Romanian name. A lot of these, like most of the monsters, they don't really like embody like, you know, the places that they originated from.
Yeah, it feels
which could
less like
which could be because they've spread across the world and they're just not from those regions before. Doesn't really work for Mark, but it works for everyone else. But
sort of, but not quite. When it comes to Mark, Dracula is a very specific case, because there's the folklore monsters, and then there's what I like to call the pop culture interpretation monsters, to where they've been passed down so many times that there's lots of different iterations.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to Dracula, there's so many interpretations of Dracula that all of them are kind of valid. It's the Hatsune Miku effect. All of them are valid, or none of them are valid.
Yeah, which I guess is something where, I mean, if that's the case, then Frankenstein is probably heading in the same direction. You know, give or take a couple hundred years between their introductions or something. But I mean, how many plays there were during like the 19th and early 20th century of Frankenstein that shifted the perspective of what the story was even before movies started coming out in the first place and cinema was invented. Like, yeah, maybe there's some merit to the idea that, like, you know, other interpretations are going to come up, and that's why they keep getting some. And are they all equally valid or not? I don't know.
And it's also the thing of, if we just kind of use the cursor key and pick monsters out of a cultural context at random, there is the case that we could end up very much affecting and, in fact, offending some very real cultures of people, which is something you need to be careful of whenever you're writing something like this. Like,
oh yeah, Stephanie Meyer learned that lesson the hard way.
Not even Monster High could get away with accidentally offending people by accidentally picking monsters from their culture and representing them in a way that doesn't agree with the context they're actually from.
Oh, I'm sure that you know, Monster High behind the scenes had a lot of a lot of like testing to make sure that would not be the case, because from you know, even the doll line specifically would have absolutely had to work that out.
And it feels like Freak Show hasn't taken the same amount of things into consideration from a certain perspective. Like, it feels like season 2 has a little bit more sensitivity training behind it, but season 1 is very much a grab bag of monsters from different cultures, interpreted through the lens of pop culture and not through the lens of where they actually come from.
There's definitely merit to widening out the array of different monsters that you can actually, you know, that you pick from.
Like, there's merit to widening out, but there's also merit to being careful how you handle that.
Yeah, because you were quick to point out on like the view of like season 1, episode 1, that the Wendigo specifically had a lot of significance behind it. Maybe not so much as the other ones, but yeah, I mean, but Baba Yaga again.
Yeah,
at a glance, thin ice, but still there.
Yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft, what the heck are you doing?
Like, when it comes to Baba Yaga, it feels less like she's the Baba Yaga, and more like she's Professor Umbridge cosplaying as the Baba Yaga.
I definitely would not put her be like as bad as Umbridge, really, but you know.
Like, I'm not saying she's as bad as Umbridge, but I'm saying Baba Yaga in the context she's from, or at least from the myth she comes from. You know, she comes from the region of... Baba Yaga herself has never been the star of a myth, but she has been in many myths. Usually she is a teacher figure. That's one thing this show got right, but something about the Baba Yaga is that she teach in unconventional ways. Like, one of the main myths the Baba Yaga stores in is that she threatens to essentially eat a girl unless the girl does her house chores. And it's only after those chores are finished, miraculously, that she can then survive to leave through magical trickery.
Oh so my goodness, I just realized something. I was thinking to myself while you said that sounds like a story that someone would have like made to make sure that, you know, like their children would behave, because obviously, you know, like that, you know, their actual Babas probably come up with that idea. But then I thought to myself, that's basically what the Krampus is, and then I realized we watched a Christmas special about monsters with no Krampus. And I was like, oh, dang it.
Yeah, that definitely feels like a missing thing.
Yeah, which is what I mean in terms of, like, you know, they've widened the array so much, but it feels strange when you don't hit an obvious mark like that now.
Yeah, and some of the inclusions feel like some of the inclusions that they are adding feel, you know, meaningful in their own right, but some of the other inclusions they're adding feel really strange. Like, you're just picking and choosing the monsters you want to interpret. And I kind of don't like that about Freak Show.
I don't know, I guess there's always like there's always an element of picking and choosing because they could never hit like every single monster that's ever existed. That would just be unfeasible in general.
They can't hit every single monster, but definitely what they have excluded feels weird to exclude in certain contexts, like Christmas episode a Christmas episode excluding the Krampus, for instance. That feels like a dead ringer for a Krampus activity, but we don't have him. Where is he gone? Is he busy somewhere else?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't visit because Principal Kincaid is supposed to be, the bigger punishing force. Even though everyone almost end up with no gifts because that's the one student. So, but again, Kincaid definitely seems to be the person who like allows other students to get caught in the crossfire of disciplining specific students, which does not feel fair.
No, it doesn't feel fair at all. And in fact, it feels like everybody else is getting punished for Rev's own blunders. And
yet they idolize him.
Yeah. And it feels miraculously very weird. And when he does eventually get caught and, is in line to get some comeuppance, those comeuppance just sort of disappear.
The shame is that the only person to have called this out is Wendy, who in general was also not the best anyway and was doing things that were like almost as bad, like to Rev. So it kind of fell hollow for that reason. But also the one person that stood up to Rev got erased from the show.
Yeah, now that you put it in that instance, it kind of feels shallow.
Mm-hmm. A little bit, yeah.
That's
I don't think it's like any setup for.
That's definitely a little bit of a writing mistake.
Yeah, and this series now no longer has any setup for anyone to like to oppose Rev in the same way that Wendy did before, like to actually seem to still like hold on to that opinion or to to dislike him in general. Now it's much more about like tempting him towards one side or the other. How can we like use this like chaotic force really? But the only person who probably like who's actively at odds with him, at least so far, is the principal.
Yeah, it feels like the principal has taken Wendy's spot, but also isn't in the position to take Wendy's spot.
Yeah, like she would never try to prank him in the same way or actively sabotage him. Because she's very much a reactive character rather than an active one in the way that Wendy was. So you had a different type of relationship anyway between them.
So Rev is not. So Rev is in a position to do what he wants, but there's also the ticking clock factor, which I currently have no opinions about.
Yeah, you have to see what they do with it. It could be that the new remodeling of Cade has brought with it a new theme from the Void itself, which would be kind of cool to think about. But I don't know. But okay, I think that's.
Yeah, we're going to have to see where all of this goes from here. Cultural sensitivity aside, Monster High, like Freak Show, has other things to like about it. It can be well written in certain instances. It's just right now it's kind of dropped the idiot ball. And we're going to have to see where
not to
it
the
goes
extent
from
of
here.
not to the the early season, but the warning signs are definitely there.
There are a couple red flags, but all in all, those red flags aren't enough to tarnish the experience yet.
Exactly. Which is exactly my thoughts on Miraculous. But anyway, five references. Okay, that's it from me. Please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you've done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.